Hi everyone, this is Vishal from Team CLATPREP. सैंपल क्वेश्चंस आए, सैंपल पेपर आया. क्या सैंपल पेपर है या सैंपल क्वेश्चंस है? Let's break the ice. These are not sample paper. Please come out of this myth. These are not sample papers. These are sample questions. Because sample paper truly reflects the pattern of the examination paper. And CLAT exam as of now constitute of 5 sections. क्या जो questions release किए गए हैं, do you have questions belonging to all 5 sections? No. जब पांचों सेक्शन है ही नहीं, मैं इसको सैंपल पेपर कैसे कह सकता हूं? This is not a sample paper. So again I repeat, these are sample questions. Now, when the first set was released on 13th of September, there were 11 passages, of which 5 belong to the reading comprehension, that is English language, and 6 passages belong to the critical reasoning, that is logical reasoning section. If I talk about the 5 passages, almost all passages had 200 to 250 words, as against what is being claimed by the CLAT consortium on their website that every passage will have 450 words. ठीक है, there can be deviation in the number of words. Every year we see, if you look at the paper of the previous years, you would see that the length of the passages are varying. Maybe some had 300 words, some are having 450 words. In fact, जब change हुआ था paper pattern, तो I remember कि there were few passages of 605 words as well, 420 words. तो ये length of passages vary करते रहेंगे हमेशा. But what we mean to say is that the length of the passage will be around 400 words, 450 words. Some might have a little lesser words. But then to expect that all the passages will have 200 to 250 words, no. ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको एक आइडिया दे रहा है what kind of articles can be asked on the basis of which the questions will be followed. क्या number of questions 1 to 3 रेंज कर सकते हैं? Do you actually feel that they will ask you 1 question or 2 questions on the basis of 1 passage? अगर ऐसा हुआ, the CLAT has 120 questions, of which almost 24 to 25 questions will belong to English language. So अगर मैं एक पैसेज के बेसिस पे 2 या 3 क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहा हूं या कभी कभार एक क्वेश्चन भी पूछ रहा हूं, you can also realize that we need to have almost 10 to 12 such passages. क्या 10 to 12 passages only in English language, then followed by similarly we say 10 to 12 questions in critical reasoning. लीगल सेक्शन के बारे में अभी हम कमेंट नहीं कर सकते because there are no questions as such अभी तक. बट क्या आपको लगता है उसमें भी ऐसा होगा? क्या वो प्रिंसिपल फैक्ट्स बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस पे जाएंगे या वही पैसेजेस बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस होंगे? सो प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, these are not the sets released by the CLAT consortium as of now, is just to give you an idea what kind of questions will be asked to you and what kind of articles you may refer to majorly. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें सिर्फ स्ट्रिक्टली अपने आप को उस पर रिस्ट्रिक्ट कर देना है कि देखो इसी तरह के आर्टिकल्स पूछे जाएंगे. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता. So let me give you an idea. Obviously almost all of you must have seen the first set and second set of questions. So when I talk about the first set, there were 5 passages of reading comprehension which had almost 200 to 250 words. Number of questions ranged from 1 to 3, and almost all the questions of the RC section, especially if I talk about, they were direct. So one could easily take out the information from the passage and attempt those questions and get their answers correct. When I talk about the critical reasoning sections, almost all the 6 passages which were released had almost 150 words. So if you remember the last year paper, the passage which was on power of words, so that was also almost around 150 words, but that had 6 questions. There were 4 passages, if you remember, followed by 6 questions each. That has been the trend for the last 2 years, that every passage is having 6 questions. So अब अगर अपन बात करें 6 passages of critical reasoning with 150 words followed by 1 or 2 questions, that seems little unlikely. Because if this is the case, they'll have to increase the number of passages like anything, which is actually not practical, because at the end of the day we know that हमें पूरा का पूरा पेपर 2 घंटे के अंदर सॉल्व करना है. So increasing the number of passages doesn't make any sense, wherein you feel that कि ठीक है लेंथ ऑफ द पैसेजेस को छोटा कर देते हैं, बट रीडिंग टाइम होता है और उस बेसिस पर आप जो क्वेश्चंस फॉलो करते हैं, क्वेश्चंस को सॉल्व करते हो, दैट इज आल्सो टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. So it is not practical enough to think about this length of passages in the actual exam. Right now, if you look at the genre of questions, almost every questions belong to assumptions, inferences. There were few questions wherein they were asking about logical continuation, that is logical corollary. They were asking you about which of the following can be conclusively derived from the passage and all. So these are those questions which you have been practicing in classes. These are those questions which you have been writing in the mocks. आपने attempt किए हैं mocks में. Almost a true reflection of the kind of questions they ask which we have in our mocks. So मैं ये नहीं कहता, don't get under this myth that ये sample paper है, sample paper नहीं है. Again I repeat, अगर sample paper होता तो paper will constitute of all the 5 sections. Now, when the second set was released on 28th of September, this time they also gave you some sample questions of the GK section. But what was surprising? They gave you only 4 passages of reading comprehension, with one of the passage having almost 450 words with 3 questions, and the remaining passages had almost 150 words with 1 passage having 2 questions, and the rest of the passages having 3 questions. Questions का genre almost same था. This time they also asked you questions on the meaning of the words या phrase which was taken from the passage itself. And बाकी वही crux of the passage, which of the following can be inferred, which of the following is correct as per the passage. यही questions देखने को मिले आपको. Then coming to critical reasoning section, there was only 1 passage given to you, followed by 2 questions, and the length of the passage was 150 words. So what I feel is that critical reasoning में फिर भी it is possible that the length of the passages can be somewhere close to 150-200 words. Maybe the length of the passages will be decreased, may not be. So हमें taken for granted लेके नहीं चलना है, क्योंकि दोनों sample set questions के आपके critical reasoning में 150 words. No, right? Then when we talk about the GK section, as per the norms, जो पिछले 4 सालों से चलता आ रहा, आपको मालूम है कि they are giving you passages and the passages are followed by questions. This time in the sample questions, there was no passage given to you. The GK questions are one-liners, and all the 17 questions belong to the genre of current and static topics. तो क्या पैसेजेस नहीं आएंगे? हो सकता है आ जाए. उनका मोटिव था सिर्फ और सिर्फ आपको यह बताना कि किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाएंगे. So it may be that there will be passages. It is quite possible that this time in the GK section there will be no passage, but there will be one-liners. But until and unless there is an official declaration made by the CLAT consortium, I request all of you, don't be under the impression that there will be a change in the pattern, because what the website claims as of now is the same like the previous years. There will be 120 questions. It will be a 2-hour test. For every correct answer 1 mark, for every wrong answer you will have negative 0.25, and these questions will be divided across the following 5 subjects. तो जब वेबसाइट क्लियरली ये मेंशन कर रहा है in the syllabus and guide section, then why do we actually be under the impression that there is going to be a change in the pattern? Let them come up with official declaration, let them come up with some kind of official notification, let's say, and let them declare this कि हाँ इस बार पेपर का पैटर्न चेंज हो रहा है. Maybe there will be no 5 section, there will be no maths. क्या लीगल सेक्शन नहीं आएगा? क्या मैथ्स नहीं आएगा? क्वांटिटेटिव एप्टीट्यूड नहीं आएगा? आएगा. बट अभी इन्होंने जो सैंपल सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दिए हैं, दिस इज जस्ट टू गिव यू एन फेयर आइडिया ऑन व्हाट लाइंस दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क यू दी क्वेश्चंस. एंड वन मोर थिंग, अभी भी दे आर क्लेमिंग दैट यू विल बी प्रोवाइडेड पैसेजेस ऑफ अबाउट 450 वर्ड्स ईच across the 4 sections, that is your English, your legal reasoning section, GK section and logical reasoning section. और maths में they are saying that they will be giving you some information, caselets kind of thing, wherein the questions will be asked on the fundamentals of percentage and other topics similar to those. So elementary level of mathematics है. So जब तक CLAT consortium की तरफ से कोई official notification ना आए, I request all of you, don't change your strategy. Don't try to go for other sample papers or other mock papers wherein you feel that they will be giving you some questions, they will be actually trying to replicate the sample paper. There is no need, because this is, again I repeat, this is not a sample paper, these are sample questions. So please be focused and do not get deviated by the kind of questions they have released, because these are almost the same kind of questions which you have been practicing in your mocks. सो आप प्रैक्टिस करते रहिए जब तक कोई चेंजेस ऑफिशियली डिक्लेयर नहीं होता. वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू मेक अ चेंज इन आवर मॉक पेपर्स. द मोमेंट दे मेक अ चेंज, बी रेस्ट assured will come up with the kind of questions and the passages and the pattern they declare officially. हम भी चेंज कर देंगे, लेकिन अभी as of now there is no requirement as such. Keep practicing your mocks the way they have been given to you and don't change your strategy for the last 2 months. Be focused, be alert and don't be under the myth that the paper pattern is going to change क्योंकि अभी तक ऐसा officially declare नहीं हुआ है. Thank you so much. I believe that this will definitely help you to further focus, concentrate more on your studies and come out of flying colors finally in the examination. Thank you so much.